This is your one and only 𝐊𝙪𝙩𝙧𝙤 with your daily dose of video goodness, and welcome to ARK Extinctions, the new DLC for ARK. And today we're going to take a look at 10 tips for people just jumping into this awesome new expansion. Let's get to it. All right, the first tip is a lot of the stuff in the city is destructible, like things that you wouldn't think are destructible. For example, the lamps here, you can break them for element dust and crystal. And if you use a hatchet, you will also get some electronics from time to time. Not only can you break lamps, you can also break tables and benches. So here's an example of what the benches look like. You can see I can harvest those. You get scrap metal, element dust, and crystal. That scrap metal converts to 1-to-1 to metal ingots. So you can just put that in your old furnace and convert that right over to metal. So really quick, easy way to get element dust. And then here's an example of what the tables look like. You can see I can harvest that as well. The next tip is there are meteor showers, and if you are outside of the city, the meteors can hit you and they will one-shot you. You can see there's one falling right there, falling outside the city. They do land inside the domed areas as well. You see that one just landed inside the dome there. However, you are safe in the city. You can see them hit the city up there, and they are stopped by a shield that you can't see. So as long as you're in the city or underground, you are fine. We'll get to the underground here shortly, but you're fine outside the city and in the dome areas over there. You are not safe. Also, if you are too high up and one hits near you, they have an AoE and it can actually damage you. I don't know if this is a bug or if this is intended. I was up here somewhere, one of these tiers on this thing at one point on our server, and I died. And the only thing we can figure is that it was a meteor because the log just said I was killed by a destructive force. So we're thinking what happened is it hit like the shield right above me, and the AoE is massive from these things, and the AoE hit me. So while you are protected down on the ground, be careful if you're up above or if you're building really high, you may get killed by a meteor. But as long as you're down here way out of the way, you are completely safe from meteor strikes. If you're anywhere else on the map and that is not underground, however, take cover when there's meteors going on. The next tip is enforcers deal extra damage to corrupted dinos. So you can see there, I just hit those guys for 1,506. Constantly 1,506 on all of those corrupted. Let's go over here. This should be a non-corrupted. You can see I'm only hitting for 376. So they get a really nice damage buff when it comes to attacking corrupted dinos. If you're defending a drop pod, it's probably a good idea to have a couple of these guys because of the massive damage increase. You can see there I'm only doing 376 to that one. We got a corrupted stega or trike down here, and we'll hit him, and you can see 1,506. Now, this guy's like super high level, so and all buffed up, but it still gives you an idea of the damage increase you can get. It's a pretty massive damage increase when you're using one of these enforcers to kill corrupted dinos. The next tip is there is a giant underground cave which protects you from the heat. So if you're in the city's a good starting location. However, you're constantly going to be thirsty and you're going to have to deal with the constant heat buff that you see down there at the bottom. You can see I'm hot. I'm out in the wasteland right now, so I also have the increased food consumption buff. You won't have that in the city. But there is a really large cave that protects you from all of that stuff, and that is at this location right here. You can see where I'm at. I'm at the cave entrance there. I'll show you the coords on the GPS. That's where I'm at on the map. And if we take a look at the GPS, I'm at 28.7, 22.5, and I'll show you the map there again. So that's the location there. And we'll come out here so I can get you an idea of what the entrance looks like. So it's just out from the green obelisk a little bit there. You can see the green obelisk right there. Just come out from that. You're looking for like the two, let me get off this guy here. Those two like overhanging rocks right there. When you see that and a bunch of metal, that's where you want to head to. And then what you're going to do is you're going to head down in here and you're going to stay to the right. Now, if you're in a flyer, it doesn't really matter. You can just jump on down in there. But if you're on land dino, you stay to the right, and there's a solid path all the way down in here. And you can jump off this side here. If you're on something that can climb or a flyer, you can see that takes you down into it. Otherwise, you can just follow the path down, and it leads down and around this way, and you can just follow it on down. But I'm going to jump off the edge here and just show you how massive this cave is. So you can see it's absolutely insane. It goes all the way down in here. It's just huge. And this is also where you can find the gotchas. So you can come down here and tame one of those. If you have a pteranodon, you can carry it back out relatively easily. And yeah, so the cave is just freaking huge, and you can see that I no longer have the heat or increased hunger buff. It's essentially like playing on the forest section of the island. It's just a large underground forest here, and there are, you know, your predators and all that. I advise getting a flyer to make it easy before you come down in here to get in and out, because then you don't have to go that whole path. You can just go straight out the exit, which you can see up there. Let me get off this guy once again so you can see the exits right there. It's where you can see daylight shining through. If you have a flyer, it makes it really easy to get in and out of here, and there's not a whole lot of flyer options down in here. Most of your flyers are up above, and you get plenty of pteranodons and stuff in the city. And as I just stated, once you've tamed your gotcha down there, if you have a pteranodon, you can carry him right out. So you can get one of these guys basically as soon as you get a pteranodon. You might not be able to make the saddle for them yet, but it doesn't really matter because you don't want them to ride. You want them for the goodies they produce. So you can go down in there in the cave with your pteranodon, tame up one of these guys, and then easily carry it back out if you don't want to live in the cave. The next tip is you can get black pearls from killing corrupted Rexes. So we're just going to kill these guys. There you can see I got black pearls plus a bunch of other goodies. But if you're looking for black pearls, you can get those from killing corrupted Rexes. Alright, so this next tip isn't necessarily going to improve your gameplay, but it may help you when you're deciding on where you want to live. So outside of these domes is perpetual daylight. Unless you are in the cave I showed you earlier, then it's pretty much perpetual twilight. Outside though, in the city and everywhere else in the wasteland, it's always daytime. However, inside of these domes is simulated night and day, and as you can see when you go inside, you don't actually see the city. It changes the surroundings to make it look like it's just infinite desert wasteland, and then we can easily just like step outside. Where's it at? Right there's the edge of the dome, and you can see everything disappears, and you can see the wasteland again, and it's bright. So it will turn daylight here. If I set the time to 10 a.m. you can see there it just swapped it to daytime. So if you want simulated day and night, you can build inside these dome areas here. There's one that's the desert area, and then there's one for the cold environment. If you want perpetual daylight, then build outside in the wasteland or in the city, and if you want to have perpetual twilight, you can build down inside the cave. If you are having a hard time finding oil comes in the way of these square looking rocks right here. You can see they kind of look similar, almost like they combine the texture for obsidian and normal rocks together, and they're always like this kind of square chunky shape, and these will give you oil. You can see I'm getting oil and stone from them. So that's your new oil rocks, and I'm right here in this like wasteland down here area. There's a lot of them around here, but they're also found relatively frequently throughout the map. I've seen some over in the cold area as well, and near the wasteland in that area, but most of the ones I've seen have always been out in the wasteland area. So if you're looking for oil, that's what you're looking for, is these rocks right here. So we don't have pearls in this map, so if you're looking for silica pearls, you won't find them. Instead, we have these stones here, which give silicate. So you can see there, you don't get a lot. So I'm using the hatchet to harvest these. I seem to have better luck using the hatchet, but as you can see, you don't get a ton, and they're in a very scary area. So we'll jump over here and I'll show you the entrance to this area. I'm a little deeper back in here because it gets a little easier the further back in here you get. So if you get a flyer, you can manage to come way back in here. You might have an easier time. Now it's gonna prove me wrong. We're just gonna run into a bunch of crazy stuff. Yeah, so here you can see there's no spawns back here. So you can fly up over top. You may run into a drake or two. So keep an eye out for them because they do spawn in this area, but I will show you the entrance to this area. It's the red area. You kind of can't miss it if you're out and exploring around. We're gonna head out here to the entrance. I'll show you it on the map, and I'll show you the GPS coordinates. All right, so here we are at the entrance. You can see it's pretty scary there right towards the front of the entrance. Looks like there is a Giga and a Wyvern after me, but that's fine. We're going to take a look at the coordinates here. So coordinates are 21.745.0, and if we bring out the map, you can see where I'm at. It's pretty much directly across from the cave entrance, and we'll jump out here and we'll take a look at the what the entrance looks like from a distance here. So when you see the giant bones there, just head like through that, and it's pretty much a direct path. If you go underneath the bones and just kind of follow the water, it'll lead you right into it. So you can see there the bones. If we turn around and we run this way and up and around through here, and then around through here, and then through this little area right here, and right there you go. So you shouldn't have any problems finding it. But anyway, you go back in there, and that's where you can get the silica, which is your replacement for the pearls. Next tip is the defense units. You can see one I just spawned in right there. They will kill your dinos. They don't care about you. They only care about your dinos. They will kill your tames. They will kill your already tamed dinos, the ones you're taming, all that. That's all they want to do is just murder your dinos. However, if you get a trike, they are extremely easy to kill. You can see that he can't even hit me. Even a low level trike can take out like a high level one of these guys, and it's going to take you some time, as you can see, and it's going to be boring as all get out, but they are a really good experience farm. They can give it upwards. I killed at level 90 and it gave me almost 500 experience, so they can give you massive amounts of experience. Level 5 gave me like 10 experience, and the amount of experience you get increases exponentially as they get higher level. So they're really good, and all you need is just a trike. You can see he can't do anything. He's just, as soon as he gets close, you just knock him back. Just continuously knock it back, and he'll never hit your trike. You can use, like I said, even a low-level trike can kill a really high-level one of these guys. And, yeah, so that's it. That's pretty much all there is. Watch out for them. Kill them when you see them, even if you don't really want to deal with it, because, like I said, they will kill your dinos. That's all they want to do, is kill your dinos, kill other dinos, kill knocked out dinos. That's all they're on the map for. So be wary of them for that purpose, but other than that, unless you attack them, they won't bother you. All right, that's all I have for you this episode. If you like what you saw, consider hitting that sub button. I want to give a big thank you to my patrons for making this episode possible. You all are absolutely amazing people. If you'd like to join my elite crew of Patreon supporters, please check out the link in the description below. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a comment down below. Let me know what you thought. If you're shy, you don't like to comment, just hit that thumbs up button and show your support. Till next time, thanks for watching.